Ever feel like you've hit a ceiling, like you're just not cut out for certain things?
Totally, like you're stuck.
Yeah, exactly. Well, today we're ditching that belief and diving into some really cool research. We're going to uncover how to unlock our real potential, whatever that may be.
Love it. Unlocking potential, always a good thing.
Right. And the best part is these aren't just like, vague ideas. There's actual science backing this stuff up.
Oh, I'm all about the science. Lay it on me. So the first thing, right, it's all about shifting our focus. Instead of just obsessing over the end result, what we achieve, we should be like celebrating the journey, the effort we put in.
There's research that shows when we focus on the effort, it actually lights up the reward centers in our brains,
Hmm.
makes learning more fun, and we're more likely to stick with it, even when it's tough. Makes sense. I was reading about a study in the material we have, and it talked about how when kids get praised for their effort, they're more likely to keep trying those tricky puzzles. It's like the challenge itself becomes the reward.
Totally. It's that aha moment, right?
Yeah.
Like when you finally nail a difficult problem or learn a new skill, it's not just about the end result, but that deep satisfaction of knowing you pushed yourself and grew.
Exactly. So instead of just high-fiving that A on the test, we should be acknowledging all the hard work behind it, the late nights, the focus, all of that.
100%. And this goes way beyond just school stuff. Think about learning a new language, playing an instrument, even starting a new fitness routine. Acknowledging and praising your effort actually strengthens the connections in your brain that are all about learning and growth.
Whoa, rewiring our brains for success. Okay, next up. This one blew me away because it's so simple but so effective. It's all about the power of one word.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah, it's like a magic word, right?
Right.
It opens up all these possibilities. So instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I can't do this yet. Small change, big difference.
Totally. It's like, remember when we were kids learning to ride bikes? We didn't say, I'll never be able to do this. It was always, I can't do it yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yet shifts us away from that fixed mindset of like, this is just how I am, to a growth mindset, one where we acknowledge where we are right now, but also believe that we can improve, we can change. With time and effort, those things we think are impossible become totally within reach.
That actually connects to another point in the material about how important it is to model this growth mindset ourselves, especially for kids.
Huge. Kids are like sponges, soaking everything up. If they see us embracing challenges, seeing mistakes as chances to learn, always trying to grow, they're more likely to pick up on that.
And speaking of mistakes, that takes us to our next big takeaway. Mistakes are not the enemy. It's all about how we choose to see them.
So true. There's a quote from a psychologist in the material we have that I absolutely love. They said, every mistake is a masterpiece in progress. How cool is that? When we start seeing mistakes as feedback, not failures, we're no longer terrified of experimenting, trying new things, even if it means messing up a bit.
Like when you're trying to figure out a riddle and you get it wrong, you don't just give up. You use that wrong answer to get closer to the right one, right?
Exactly. Each mistake, each stumble, it's an opportunity to learn something, adjust, and get better.
And last but not least, let's talk goals. Not just any goals, though. We're talking about setting goals that really light us up, goals that get us excited.
Yes. And here's the thing.
Go for it.
Sometimes those big, exciting goals can feel overwhelming, right?
Mm.
The key is to break them down into smaller, bite-sized steps. Makes the whole thing feel less daunting, plus you get to celebrate those small wins along the way.
Totally. It's like you're making progress, and that keeps you motivated.
Exactly. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. So be patient with yourself, celebrate those wins, no matter how small, and never, ever stop learning.
Couldn't agree more. So to wrap things up, embracing this whole growth mindset thing, it's not about becoming some superhuman overnight. It's about those small, everyday changes we make and how we think and how we act. Small changes can make a huge difference.
Here's a little something to think about as we finish up today. What's one area in your life where you've been holding back? Maybe because you thought you weren't good enough or you didn't have the natural talent. How could you approach that thing differently if you looked at it with this new growth mindset lens? Remember, effort, consistency, and the right mindset. That's the magic formula. That's how we unlock amazing things.
So true. Great advice to end on.